America is fat and getting bigger every day. I know I may sound politically incorrect, but it's true. We need to take steps in a healthier direction, or we're looking at a very unhealthy future for all Americans. Schools are cutting back on physical education, they have unhealthy lunches, and fast food is a cheaper option. Did you know that 2/3 of the adult population in America are overweight or obese? These numbers have doubled since the 1970s, says the Food Research and Action Center. In the maps on the screen from the CDC, picture the growth of overweight and obese people in America since the 1990s. Just in the past 20 years alone, the numbers have grown immensely. These adults are paving the way for even heavier generations to come. The damage they are doing to their bodies right now is life-altering, and in some cases, life-ending. People who are overweight or obese develop type 2 diabetes, heart disease, cancers, and have a decreased life expectancy. Not only do they suffer from physical health problems, but mental health as well. They develop depression, anxiety, and have some substance abuse disorders. Kids often copy what they see their parents, grandparents, and other authority figures in their lives doing. These adults need to set a healthy example. You may think this is only a rich person's disease, only for people who can afford excessive amounts of food, but it isn't. Obesity doesn't discriminate. It affects all corners of our country. It doesn't matter your gender, age, race, or economic status. The Food Research and Action Center says that 1/4 of all 2 to 5-year-olds are overweight or obese. 1/3 of all school-aged and adolescent children are overweight or obese. And 30% of all low-income preschoolers are as well. In many low-income areas, fast food is more available than fresh produce. A lot of people are limited to convenience stores and corner stores that are stocked with foods that are high in sodium and salts and fat. Many parents that live in these low-income areas have to deal with feast or famine, which means that they would feed their kids before they would feed themselves. Many of them go through periods of undereating and overeating, which causes them to have weight gain and weight fluctuations. Also, stress about money and problems in the home is also linked to weight gain and obesity. In many low-income areas, parks, recreational buildings, and after-school activities are hard to come by. Many playgrounds are dirty and unsafe. Schools have limited physical education classes and little to no recess for school-aged children. Safe parks and places for children and adolescents to get their physical activity every week should be regulated by the government. Keeping physical education classes in American schools, kindergarten through 12th grade, could be a major contributor to decreasing the obesity rates. In 2013, 27.1% of high school students surveyed claimed that they had 60 minutes of physical activity every day on all 7 days before the survey, but only 29% of them attended physical education classes in school, says the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Back when I was in high school, it was mandatory for everybody to take gym class for 40 minutes a day, 5 days a week, for half a year. With that being said, the teachers were pretty lax on what the students had to do. I remember many days where I just sat around chatting with friends or just did the bare minimum. With a strict curriculum and mandatory attendance for students kindergarten through 12th grade, they would get at least 30 to 40 minutes every single day of school of physical activity. Understandably, not every school can afford fancy equipment, but body weight exercises are just as effective. In many cases, bringing a packed lunch to school is healthier than buying a lunch there. Even though the national guidelines for school lunches have changed, they are still very unhealthy. A typical week of lunches at my high school would have been burgers on Monday, cheesesteak on Tuesday, pizza on Wednesday, tacos on Thursday, and chicken patties on Friday. Though it was mandatory for all students to have at least one fruit and vegetable, the rest of the lunch still wasn't healthy. We had lines called the International and the All-American lines that sold nachos, cheese-filled breadsticks, cheeseburgers, and buffalo chicken wraps every single day. They did sell healthy alternatives, though, such as grilled chicken on whole grain buns and garden salads, but they never made enough to feed all of us that wanted to eat healthy. As a solution to this problem, schools should serve nutrient-dense, healthy lunches. Recently, an article came out on the Huffington Post website about school lunches from around the world. America and the UK ranked the worst. The typical US lunch was fried chicken nuggets, mashed potatoes, a cookie, and either a fruit or vegetable. Italy had fed their students local fish on salad with pasta, bread, and fruit. France had steak, 2 types of vegetables, cheese, and fresh fruit. Korea had fish soup, tofu with rice, kimchi, and fresh vegetables. Many schools still offer vending machines that contain unhealthy snacks and sugary drinks. My sophomore year of high school, every morning I would go into the cafeteria and get a lemonade and a hot fudge sundae Pop-Tart from the vending machines. Both had sugar contents that were very, very high. All schools should take out vending machines or fill them with healthy snacks and water. Fast food is a major problem in this country and is also a major contributor to the obesity rates. McDonald's has 34,000 restaurants in the world in 116 countries, with 16,000 alone in the US, says USA Today. With Burger King, Wendy's, Taco Bell, Arby's, Chick-fil-A, and KFC, you could choose a different fast food restaurant every single night of the week. These restaurant meals are high in fat, saturated fat, calories, and sugars, none of which are good for you in excess. We choose these convenient meals because the lives we live are so fast-paced and jam-packed. Nobody thinks about what they're putting in their body when they choose convenience over health. There are healthy alternatives when you want to choose fast food, though. Subway is a more healthy alternative, but it is more expensive than your average McDonald's meal. A solution to this fast food epidemic is to raise the prices of the unhealthy options and lower the prices of the healthier options. On their extra value menu at McDonald's, you can get 2 cheeseburgers, fries, and a soft drink for $4.99. This has 580 calories in it. But their more healthier option of a bacon ranch salad is going for $5.49 and has 240 calories in it. Compare that to Subway's oven-roasted chicken salad that goes for $6. With that being said, you must also be conscious when you're at a fast food restaurant. At Subway, they sell pre-designed subs or make-your-own subs. The make-your-own gives you free reign over what you put in your body. There are healthy and unhealthy choices at Subway. You could choose a veggie delight or an oven-roasted chicken on a whole grain bun. Or you could choose a meatball marinara or a big Philly cheesesteak, which is very unhealthy. A solution to this fast food epidemic is to be wise as to what you're putting in your body. We can choose to be overweight and unhealthy as a country, laden with heart disease and diabetes, or we could change the trajectory. We could have a new standard of living, a healthy standard. We could choose to eat healthy. We could choose to avoid fast food. We could choose to be fit and active. We can choose to set a good example for our children and have them be fit and healthy. We need to have a positive example. Let's make America fit again.